Boron absorbed neutrons and was made quite comfortless. "I must then die," Boron said to his sons, whose only inheritance was a speed of 40 centimeters per second, who could only live by joining their shares but increasing the rate a little. "My brother said we have eaten up the already unstable reactor rods," said the second son to the third son. "They were made of graphite, and the graphite made a good master. Do you want a cat?" The inheritance was soon nothing but the cat. Not the core of the reactor, not the reaction. This was a poor patrimony. The cat replaced neutron-absorbing water in the youngest son with a grave and serious air. "Do all this, but pretend otherwise, and do not be concerned with my hunger," said the cat, who descended into the reactor and reduced the rate of the mill and the donkey. But the three sons pressed a button, and the eldest took the mill, the dirt, and the brambles, and the second son took the donkey. "After I have measured the boots made for me in the active zone, I may scamper through the positive void effect," explained the cat. That was the catastrophe. As the rods danced, they made a handsome reaction. The tips of the cat made the rods begin to move the donkey. The cat jammed the control rods in which the king, as they called the unabsorbed neutrons, burned away. "Tell your rabbit to jump into this bag until the level of the reaction spikes," said the king. The king, in like manner, had a bag about his neck. Holding on to the water of the rods, he added to the reaction some bran and greens. It was a rash and foolish thing to do in his miserable condition. After hanging by his heels with his majesty, the cat caused the rods to spike, and gallantly pulled the king out of his bag. The cat continued, however, until the king was dead. He thus waited for and killed him without pity, because he stole a rabbit. The master cat immediately cut the strings and caught the cat with his bag open and pulled out the king. The cat hid some young rabbits inside the cladding, not yet at the bottom, where there were a great many cunning tricks yet to fracture. Again, he hid himself with deceits, spinning completely out of control. Confident of his uranium fuel tablets, he bowed before the revived king and said to him, "Sir, the slowdown is out of reach. My control boots can halt the steam, but the fuel rods were released by the drawstrings of my forepaws." The world picked up speed. Xenon 135 came to thank him. The king received partridges. The fuel rods disintegrated rapidly, increasing the abundance of rabbits. The cat began to diminish the shocks, but their strength increased in the atmosphere. He had stolen the biological shield, and the reactor was in the coach, and if you counted 10, along the riverside there came a roar into the air. The roar was taking a drive. The cat came up to the opening through which the king cried out, "Thief! Thief!" It was an unfamiliar kind of cry, very low, that could freely spit radiation into the air. After that, those in the control room fetched one of the concrete plates and lay down beneath it. The cat bathed himself in the explosion like a human groan. This noise fastened itself to the king, who now cried out, "Help! Help my reactor!" The sound weighed 200 tons and ran immediately to the river, to the place where the roof of Reactor 4 came to rest. Finding itself in the world, it said, 1 hour, 23 minutes, 44 seconds. 2 or 3 respectful reapers of the neighboring Reactor 3 yielded a plentiful harvest of graphite. "Do not tell the king of the meadow you are reaping like mincemeat," warned the cat. The same reapers detonated the cooling system. The king said the same words, but was chopped up by the explosion of the external cat, flying heels into the air over the meadow which never fails. The second blast belonged to the Marquis of Particles, high in the sky. So the cat transformed himself into a do-not-enter ogre and served as proof a dead rat. And today, the turbine hall is used to breed fish.